After the MonsterVerse boom and Godzilla x Kong making an amazing comeback, it looks like we might be getting Pacific Rim 3. You know, that awesome franchise with giant kaiju monsters and epic battles? Well, it all started with the first movie in 2013. Then we got Pacific Rim Uprising in 2018, and even an animated series called Pacific Rim The Black in 2021-2022. Basically, the story is set in a future where these huge monsters come out of an interdimensional portal in the Pacific Ocean, and humanity has to fight back with massive robots. Sounds cool, right? It's the brainchild of Guillermo del Toro, the Mexican film director. The first movie was a hit, both with critics and at the box office. The sequel, while it made money, had some mixed reviews. But hey, it's all good because fans still enjoyed it. Plus, the animated series on Netflix got a thumbs up from both critics and viewers. And get this, Charlie Hunnam, one of the stars, has one condition for coming back for Pacific Rim 3. Apparently, he's got an idea that could fix some of the sequel's issues. So fingers crossed, we might just get another awesome installment in this monster-filled saga. Here's the scoop on Pacific Rim. In 2013, these monstrous creatures called kaiju popped out of a rift in the Pacific Ocean, causing chaos. To fight back, humanity built massive robots called Jaggers, piloted by pairs of people connected through their minds. Fast forward to 2020, where brothers Yancey and Raleigh Beckett are piloting a Jagger when tragedy strikes. Yancey gets taken out by a kaiju. Raleigh, devastated by the loss, quits the Jagger program.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir!
Jaeger pilots, do you understand?
Yes, sir!
Do you understand?
Yes, sir!
Now help me save the world.
Now, in 2025, things are looking dire for humanity. But there's hope in the form of Raleigh and a rookie named Mako Mori, who team up to pilot an old Jagger and take on the kaiju threat. Together, they've got to put aside their differences and close the rift to save the planet. Alright, let's talk Pacific Rim Uprising. It's set 10 years after humanity's big win in the Battle of the Breach, where they closed the portal that let those nasty kaiju into our world. Jake Pentecost, son of the heroic Marshall Stacker Pentecost, is doing his own thing, selling parts of old Jagger robots on the black market. But as luck would have it, a new threat emerges, and Jake gets dragged back into the action. Despite trying to distance himself from his military past, he realizes he can't escape it. He reconnects with his adoptive sister, Mako Mori, and together with humanity's forces, they gear up to face this new menace. It's all about Jake stepping up to honor his dad's legacy and save the world once again. Now let's dive into the small screen with Pacific Rim The Black. This anime-style series premiered on Netflix in March 2021 and continued with its second season in April 2022. Set in the aftermath of Pacific Rim Uprising, the story revolves around a meticulous teenage boy and his innocent younger sister. Together, they pilot an old Jagger through a perilous landscape filled with kaiju, all in search of their missing parents. The series was co-created and co-showrun by Craig Kyle and Greg Johnson. It's a joint venture between Legendary Entertainment, Legendary Television, and Polygon Pictures, and it's exclusively available for streaming on Netflix. With its unique animation style and gripping plot, Pacific Rim The Black promises plenty of action-packed adventures for fans of the franchise. So, if you're up for some monster-fighting action from the comfort of your couch, this series is definitely worth checking out. Looking ahead, there's some exciting news about the future of the Pacific Rim franchise. Back in October 2017, DeKnight, one of the filmmakers, mentioned that they had already written the plot for the third movie. However, whether or not it gets made depends on how well Pacific Rim Uprising does, both critically and financially. But here's where it gets really interesting. The plan isn't just to stop at one more movie. They're thinking big, talking about expanding the whole Pacific Rim universe with sequels, spin-offs, and even standalone releases. It's like they're taking a page from the playbooks of big franchises like Star Wars and Star Trek. And get this, there's talk about possibly crossing over with the MonsterVerse, where Godzilla and King Kong rule the roost. Imagine those giant monsters facing off against the Jaggers. It's enough to get any fan excited about what's to come. Now, let's chat about what Charlie Hunnam wants for Pacific Rim 3 to fix up the sequel's big issue. Charlie's up for another round in the Jagger world, but there's just one thing he's firm about. Charlie Hunnam, who's known for diving into diverse roles, hasn't done a sequel yet. So his excitement about possibly jumping back into the Pacific Rim world says a lot about the original movie's greatness and the talent behind it. If he does come back, along with the right team behind the scenes, it could lead to an awesome action flick that could make up for the not-so-great performance of Pacific Rim Uprising. Just the idea of Hunnam returning to Pacific Rim is thrilling, but what he's asking for to return to Pacific Rim 3 adds even more intrigue. Pacific Rim 3 should only happen if Guillermo del Toro is at the helm. His absence from Pacific Rim Uprising definitely played a part in its lackluster performance. Charlie Hunnam has made it clear that he'd only sign on for the third installment if del Toro is on board. Pacific Rim stands out as one of del Toro's finest works, thanks to his deep love for kaiju films, dedication to practical effects, and unmatched creativity. Del Toro's filmmaking passion shines through in every frame, making his movies truly special. While Pacific Rim Uprising had its share of talent, it couldn't quite capture the magic of the original, focusing more on action than on engaging the audience with its human drama. With del Toro's knack for crafting unique characters and worlds, he's the only one who should bring Pacific Rim 3 to life. So how likely is Pacific Rim 3? Pacific Rim 3 seems unlikely, mainly due to Guillermo del Toro's apparent lack of interest. The latest update from del Toro, dating back to 2021, indicated that he had no intentions of returning to the franchise. Despite del Toro's disinterest, Charlie Hunnam's recent comments to Inverse suggest that there might still be a glimmer of hope. In the interview, Hunnam expressed eagerness to return to the Pacific Rim universe or any project involving del Toro. He made it clear that if del Toro were to invite him for Pacific Rim 3 or any other venture, he'd jump at the chance without hesitation. While del Toro's stance may not bode well for the third installment, Hunnam's willingness to collaborate could potentially keep the door open for Pacific Rim's future. While Hunnam's words bring a bit of hope for fans wishing to see Guillermo del Toro back in the Pacific Rim universe, the combo of Pacific Rim Uprising's flop and del Toro's clear disinterest in directing another installment makes Pacific Rim seem pretty unlikely. Plus, with del Toro busy with his TV show, Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities, and his upcoming Frankenstein project, the chances of him coming back to the franchise seem even slimmer. And you know what? Maybe that's okay. If Pacific Rim 3 never comes to be, it's probably for the best. After all, del Toro is the real deal when it comes to bringing that world to life. Well, that's it for today. Do you think del Toro's return is crucial for the next installment's success, or are you open to new creative directions? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on all things Pacific Rim and beyond. Until next time, keep those Jaggers ready and your eyes on the horizon for more epic kaiju battles. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you at the next one.